What if I told you that one of the largest and richest empires in the world was brought to its knees, not by a massive invasion, but by a single battle, a battle won through betrayal, conspiracy, and a healthy dose of sheer luck? This is the story of the Battle of Plassey in 1757, the moment that truly marked the beginning of nearly 200 years of British rule in India. And it all started with a man named Robert Clive and a conspiracy that would change the course of history forever. Picture this. It's the mid-18th century. India, ruled by the Mughal Empire, is a land of immense wealth, famous for its spices, textiles, and jewels. European powers, including the British, French, Dutch, and Portuguese, have been trading here for over a century through their powerful trading companies. The British East India Company was one of the most prominent, a massive corporation with its own army, and it had its eyes on more than just trade. It wanted control. The stage for our drama is Bengal, the wealthiest province of the Mughal Empire. Its ruler was the young and fiery Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah. He was suspicious of the British East India Company, and for good reason. They were building fortifications in Calcutta without his permission and abusing their trade privileges, which cost his treasury a fortune. Tensions escalated, leading to the Nawab attacking and capturing Calcutta. This act set the stage for a showdown. Enter Robert Clive. He was an ambitious and audacious official of the East India Company. Sent from Madras with a small force to retake Calcutta, Clive knew he couldn't defeat the Nawab's massive army in a straightforward fight. Siraj-ud-Daulah's army numbered around 50,000 soldiers with cavalry and war elephants. Clive had just 3,000 men, mostly Indian sepoys. The odds were impossible. So Clive decided to play a different game, a Game of Thrones Indian style. He found a disgruntled and ambitious commander in the Nawab's army named Mir Jafar. Mir Jafar was Siraj-ud-Daulah's uncle and the commander-in-chief of his army, but he secretly craved the throne for himself. Clive and his agents entered into a secret pact with him. The deal was simple. Mir Jafar would betray his Nawab on the battlefield. In return, the British would make him the new Nawab of Bengal. A massive bribe was promised, a fortune that would make Mir Jafar one of the richest men in the world. So, on June 23, 1757, the two armies met at a mango grove in a place called Plassey. The Nawab's army vastly outnumbered the British forces. The battle began, and initially, things looked bad for Clive. The Nawab's cavalry launched a charge. But then, two things happened that changed everything. First, a sudden torrential downpour of rain soaked the battlefield. The Nawab's forces hadn't protected their gunpowder from the rain, rendering it useless. The British, however, had used tarpaulins and kept their powder dry. This was the moment of truth. As the Nawab's artillery fell silent, Clive ordered his forces to advance. But where was Mir Jafar? He and his large contingent of troops just stood there, refusing to fight. Other key commanders, also part of the conspiracy, did the same. Seeing his commanders betray him and his army in disarray, Siraj-ud-Daulah panicked. He fled the battlefield on a camel, a decision that sealed his fate. The battle was over almost before it began. It was less of a fight and more of a theatrical performance of betrayal. The aftermath was swift and brutal. Siraj-ud-Daulah was captured and executed. As promised, the British installed Mir Jafar as the puppet Nawab of Bengal. But the real power now lay with the East India Company. They plundered the Bengal treasury, an event so significant it's called the Plassey plunder. The wealth that flowed back to Britain was staggering, and many historians argue it helped finance the Industrial Revolution. For India, Plassey was the beginning of the end of its independence. The betrayal opened the floodgates for the British to expand their control, province by province, until the entire subcontinent was under their rule. So the next time you think about how empires are built, remember the story of Plassey. It wasn't just a military victory. It was a masterpiece of political intrigue and betrayal that handed the keys to an empire to a private company, all decided in a mango grove on a rainy day in June. The name Mir Jafar has since become synonymous with traitor in India, a permanent scar on the nation's memory. Thanks for watching. If you found this story fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the pivotal moments that shaped our world. See you in the next video.